The Dawn Gate.
All right, but we are now in game, and Tristy's starting with a hunger and a potion. He's doing his. Okay, now we saw this yesterday, but it didn't work too well for the Steel Arab. We've got 8.8 power, 1 defense pen, Ravager, and Rogue. So I wonder if Entristy's going to make use of these brushes better than the Steel Arab did, because he didn't make use of them at all when he ran it. And of course he's picked up Drain, but that seems to be the standard in this format now. Everybody picking Drain. And first point into Burden of Knowledge, because I see he's got the passive ready to go.
Likewise, OT went with Drain as well for his first spell. Instead, though, he went with a Life. Interesting choice. He, as far as his loadout goes, he ran this yesterday with an 18.5 health regen, 8.1 magic resist, and 1.6 armor. So he's kind of going what he used yesterday, and let's see how that works out for him.
Minions have spawned.
Looks like Entristy's gonna back. Looks like he wants to heal up that little bit of damage. No! OT will have none of that, sir. Lands a chains right on him. It's like, I'm sorry, Entristy, you will have to stick around in lane and, you know, be your tanky, annoying self that OT said he didn't like. But hey, you know what? You gotta do what you have to do to win, right?
It's going to be interesting seeing these two competitors come out and fight each other, because OT is one of those people that, like Entricity, kind of lays a little bit for mid-game to really push forward, be a little bit more aggressive. You remember against Guru, he did the same thing, and Entricity, as we all know, let's pull up a little bit later into the game, so it's going to be definitely interesting to see how this pans out.
Yeah, the two different play styles are very, very different. We have the early game focused OT versus the later game focused Entricity. And when we say late game here, we're talking like level 8. When it would be normal mid-game. Mid-game is late game here. Oh, there's another chain onto Interest. Now, that's interesting. OC started chains. He didn't start Burden of Knowledge. I've never seen anybody start anything other than Burden of Knowledge at level 1.
That's true. That is true.
So where that's coming into play is nothing, because they're both last hitting equally well. I think that just goes to show something. Oh, and Tristy going low. Finally gets level 2. Tristy's going to answer with the chains of his own. Otzi took Burden of Knowledge for level 2. Gosh, Tristy, you're down to like 250 health, and you used your potion. There's your drain. Gonna sustain him right back up so he doesn't have to go back quite yet. Otzi's aggression starting to pay off. He dodges the chains very, very well. There's the counter drain back onto Entricity, but he doesn't have any skills up to follow up on it. Okay.
OC definitely does have the advantage right now with the 2 pots, and his health is helping him out so much in this fight. You definitely see the earlier game advantage going for OC.
Yeah, I know, he puts his name as a barcode so nobody can stream snipe him, then we just completely out who he is. I know, we're so BM like that, right? Level 3 of the Great Rifts come out. Entricity eats 1. There's the auto attack down to 200 health. Another auto attack, a little under 200, 100 chains. Auto attack, one more auto attack. GG, OC, game 1. Looks like Otzi's going to start exactly the same. He's got everybody's favorite. No, wait. He's got magic resist and health regen this time. Okay, to go with his life in 2 pots. All right, a little more defensive.
Entricity also went a little bit more defense route. He's changed up his loadout for a 15.2 health regen per 5, a 6.4 power, and a 114th health start, as well as going with a will, drain, and 4th health pots.
So we started with a will. Yeah, we talked about that yesterday. Will is the only starting item that lets you get 4 vitality potions. And along with that Void passive that reduces a flat amount of magic damage off of everything he takes, that's a good amount of sustain. I would like to see how well it does up against the life 2 pots. I think once the potions are gone, the life will pull ahead on sustain, but until then, the will definitely has the advantage. And the minions have spawned. Doesn't look like there's going to be any early aggression. Appears that both players are just hanging out in their bindings. And let's see what happens. What were the spells? They both have Drain, I assume, right? Yes, they both have Drain. Why would it be anything else?
You know, we saw Guru come out with that Bastion, and it was okay.
That's true.
But, it seems like Drain has just been a favorite of the contestants in this tournament, at least.
Well, we also...
There was.
That's true. That's true. Downsy did that, I believe, against a Drain, and then we saw Cuss with the clutch blink yesterday. He took blink at level 1, so he was telegraphing it the whole time. No, we still saw the blink go off. What are you talking about? I watched the VOD.
Give yourself 2 little credit, Aurora. You got it,
Yeah,
buddy.
you most certainly do. Oh, wow. Looks like Entricity missed a couple CS there. Oatsy's still perfect, at least as far as CS goes. And level 2 is going to be coming up on the next minion death for both of these players, maybe?
OC went with Chains level 1, as per usual.
Yeah, he did that last time as well. And it's... oh, misses the chains. Entricity hits level 2. He's probably going to pick up chains himself because that's how he does things. Oatsy went ahead and picked up Burden of Knowledge level 2. I'm really wondering if somebody's going to do, like, chains level 1 into Rift level 2, or maybe Rift level 1 into chains level 2, and just pass up Burden of Knowledge. I mean, I guess maybe that extra damage from Burden of Knowledge to help you get the initial CS is just that good. But then again, Oatsy's ahead on CS, and he didn't take Burden of Knowledge first, so I don't know. What do you think, guys?
Well, if you just saw a couple seconds ago, OC just used his chain to last hit. So
oh, chain into Rift, auto attack. Oatsy takes a little bit here, but not too bad. He's got a little extra health. He's got 700. Actually, they both have about 700 health. Yeah, because Entricity has a lot of health in his loadout. I was wondering why they have about the same amount of health when one has life, one has will, and the loadout. That would do it.
One more health pot, and Oatsy's going to start scaling ahead when it comes a little bit later in this game, like you mentioned, because going with that life is just going to give him that extra sustain that he needs coming into this game.
All right, level 2 Great Rift is on the line for Oatsy. He misses it, though. Entricity is going to fire off... no, that was Oatsy that fired off the chains. Apparently, I am completely blind. Well, Etho, it very well could be about that CS. We did see a CS win yesterday, so it was a rather dominating one. It was like 80-40 at 10 minutes. Well, Dr. Voltronic, CS is only a win as if somebody absolutely, completely dominates the lane. Because that's what Best Shaper World is about. It's about who plays the Shaper the absolute best in lane. It's about establishing lane dominance. Obviously, if you kill your opponent, yeah, you're obviously dominating the lane, but there's other ways to do that. CS is basically just to force the game to end. We don't want this game to go on forever. I mean, we had one game in Best Dibs World go to 25 minutes, but the CS rule, even in Battle in the bot lane, 100... That's all it does. It puts a time limit on the game, so we're not all sitting here watching people, CS endlessly until somebody gets comfortable.
And something that I prefer in this setup that you guys have, it's not to a first to 100, it's to have an advantage of the lead. So it's 30 plus the CS. So it's not something like, oh, everybody's racing to a certain arbitrary number. It's making sure you're dominating the lane, like you said.
I shall illuminate you. I barely felt that.
Well, and the reason for that is that Burden of Knowledge doesn't apply to bindings. It'll only apply to minions, workers, shapers, creatures. It just doesn't apply to bindings or the Guardian. So, oh, nice chains trading back and forth. Oh, fortunately, the Great Rifts were on cooldown for both of them. So, Oatsy has level 6 online, and Entricity gets it right immediately afterwards. So, I almost wonder if Oatsy was losing a little bit of experience there.
Could be the case. Now, Entricity just popped his last potion, so he's down to his drain for his last health regen. So this is going to be very interesting. Oatsy's going to probably play the War of Attrition.
Yeah, we were talking about this at the very beginning of the match. There's a misclick on the Great Rift from Oatsy. I mean, I've done that more times than I can count.
The stars are right.
Mr. Googles, the barcode is Oatsy. Yeah, change to the minion line. What do you think these players are going to get? I mean, if they liked firing change to the minion line, balance is a solid option. Also, we saw balance with people running Ravager, because in order to keep the Ravager up, you're going to auto-attack the creeps all the time anyway, so you might as well get the balance stacks to make yourself a bit more tanky or give you the nice, I believe it's 30 power from balance.
I was thinking that same exact thing about Will.
Yeah, balance. Yep.
almost the optimal build to out of Will was gonna have to be balanced. So it's gonna, I think this would be the right choice. And as far as OT goes, I want to see that. I want to see that Pride come out. I do. I want to see it in game on stream, and I want to show people the strength of Pride and the dot damage. So it's gonna be interesting to see if he goes with.
Well, the only problem with Pride is that the armor's going to be wasted in this format.
It is. You're right.
And there goes a little bit of binding damage. Oh, Otzi wisely dodges the Great Rift. That was standing in the creeps. Well, I mean, it'll protect you against minions, and...
The stars are bright.
Yeah, that's very true. Or, you know, if you want to dive bindings, armor helps with that, too. Level 8 for Otzi. Lands auto attack into chains, and Entricity answers with level 8 of his own. Looks like Otzi wants to go back. Entricity knows about it, hits him with the chains to stop it.
You definitely tell Entristy's not leveling up chains, though. That chains just tickled Otzi. It barely even kept him in place. I mean, that's just show you what he's leveling. He's definitely leveling up Great Rift.
Yeah, and you can also see it with Otzi. He's definitely leveling up Great Rift. The reason for that is not only because the chain's not lasting very long, he tends to fire the Great Rift immediately upon firing the chains. Because at level 1, Chains of Fate is only, oh boy, there's the Burden of Knowledge active to reveal Otzi, and it's going to stop him from going back again. I wonder how much money these guys have. Oh, I can see why Entricity doesn't want Otzi to go back. Otzi is up 12 CS. That's a good amount of money. That's almost a full basic item that Otzi would be up on Entricity if he went back. He wants to keep Otzi in lane as long as possible just to prevent it from getting that power spike. Gonna back in Vision, maybe trying to bait it? But I don't know if Entricity's gonna go for it. Nah, he's not. He's gonna be content to let Otzi back, and he's probably gonna go back himself.
And they're gonna reset the waves on those backs.
Alright, so Otzi buying very quickly. He buys 2 aggressions and a will.
Entristy's coming back with if it's not broke, don't fix it. He's coming back with conviction. God.
Yeah,
the pillow and sleeping bags strategy, as we like to call it around here. And he's also coming back with a desire. So, interesting choice. I wouldn't have gotten
desire. I would have gone consumption on Zalgus, but maybe you didn't have the money for it. That's the thing I got to be worried about.
That's true, but he did buy 6 pots, so I'm wondering if he could have got less pots and more. It's weird, but let's see if it pays off.
A moment of caution is
maybe it will, maybe it won't. Entristy's going to eat the chains, but he's going to return one back to Otzi. Doesn't seem to be helping him much against the 2 aggressions. Well, then again, he just laughs off that Great Rift, too, so... You know, maybe it is helping him a little bit.
It's all so simple.
Yeah, conviction design, and you can see Entricity just healing up a little bit quicker, just simply because of that conviction.
I know your fate.
Nice dodges by Otzi. He's going to get a few auto attacks in return. Level 10, second spell is online. What do you think we're going to see? Could we see Exceed, maybe? No, Otzi's going to take Blink. Oh, and you can see the magic resist difference right there. He eats a Great Rift, eats a chain, and Otzi took a little bit of chunkage from it here. The only problem is for Entricity, his binding's down to 1,000 health. So he can't go back anymore.
Entricity definitely feels pressure on this right now.
Oh, nice dodge of the final chapter. Otzi's going to use the drain to sustain back up, and now Otzi's definitely going to have lane dominance because he's got final chapter, and he knows his opponent doesn't, so Entricity's got to be very careful. There's the drain onto Otzi to get himself back a little bit here. Oh, I guess that was Entricity who used the drain on Otzi earlier. My apologies, guys. Oh, man. So, Zertez, the reason you see a source option, it's enabled when streams hit like 50 viewers or if they're like partnered or something so that people can choose what resolution they want to view the video in. You don't get it by default on the smaller streams. There's the level 10 for Entricity. He's going to pick up his second spell. He picks, oh, smart play. He picks up Stasis. Now that's very smart. That allows you to completely dodge the final chapter.
That does. He's going straight defensive in this build, and he needs to put on the pressure, like you mentioned. The binding has 1,000 health left, but let's see if he can turn this one around. He needs to start landing those chains, though. That's going to be a detriment in pulling out a win for you guys.
So Otzi hits 11, so now we've got the level 2 final chapter available. The damage is going to go up to 375 now, if I remember that correctly. Actually, let me double check on the ShapersGuild.com because we have that information there. I'm pretty sure it's 375, though. If I remember the scaling right.
It's all so simple. I shall illuminate you. A waste of potential.
Yeah, it is 375. Goes up 100 per level. I was right. Okay. Entricity also gets his level 2 final chapter up as well. Oh, chains into a great rift. This binding is going to be a problem for Entricity. It's only got 621 health left. If another wave reaches it, and OT decides to auto-attack it, that binding is dead.
We're all connected.
Entricity
James
definitely needs to start bringing on the aggression, though. He needs to push forward. He needs to push OT backwards. He has to start doing a better job of CSing. He's losing the war of attrition. He needs to do something here, but
Big time.
OT is just putting the pressure on too hard.
Yeah, he wants to go aggressive. He's punishing that very defensive build from Entricity just by taking down his binding. It's like, okay, I can't kill you. I'll just kill your binding. That's totally fine. He's playing this right. It's 112 to 87, so it is 25 up.
We're all
Actually, 29, 30. That's it right there. GG, OTC, 30 CS.